Voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
What's up, guys? It's Matt back here at RKO-VER Entertainment doing a WWE Raw review tonight. I'm hyped. Let's see what happens. Alright, Raw started off. Dean Ambrose coming out. We get episode 2 of the Ambrose Asylum. And his first official guest is the man running Monday Night Raw tonight, Shane McMahon. So let's see what happens. Alright, Dean Ambrose asked Shane McMahon, what's your plans? Any Raw could be your last Raw in Power. He says, well, it's all about the fans. I want the fans to get what they want, blah, blah, blah. Interrupted by Kevin Owens. So let's see what he has to say. Alright, Owens says, Shane McMahon, you got a personal vendetta against me. How come you kicked me out of the building last week? He said, well, you were going to interfere with Zayn. He said, well, Zayn doesn't need to be anywhere near the title. You know it. I know it. Zayn coming out. Let's see what he has to say. Alright, so Zayn comes out, tells Owens, what are you talking about? I rode your coattails. Didn't WWE sign me before you? That pissed Owens off. They had a few back and forth words. Sami Zayn tells him, you know, without me, you would have never even made it to WWE. Then Jericho's music hit. He comes out and he tells Shane McMahon, the only one in that ring with any sense is Kevin Owens, when he said that you were drunk with power. How could you take the highlight reel away from me? And he says, nah, you can watch the highlight reel all you want on the WWE Network. And then Shane McMahon made 2 matches for Payback. Jericho versus Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. So we're going to get the one-on-one match at Payback, Owens versus Zayn. I'm pretty sure those two guys together, they want to steal the show, and I'm pretty sure I'm not pretty sure. I know they have the ability to do so. Will they? We'll see. Alright, guys, coming back from commercial break, we got a match that just started. Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho. And the main event tonight is Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. KO in the main event of Raw. I like it. We'll see what happens in this match. Okay, guys, pretty good match. Back and forth. 2 segments. Zayn was setting up for the haluva kick, and Jericho just dropped in the corner, cowered down a little bit. He started stomping him. The referee came to try to get Zayn off of him. Jericho poked him in the eye, hit him with the code breaker. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn loses. So we'll see what happens next, guys. Alright, 2 matches announced for tonight in the tag team tournament. Sponsored by Bootios. They make sure you ain't booty. The Vaudevillains versus the Usos and Enzo and Cass, which I just got the new figures today. I don't know if you guys seen them. Boom. Pretty cool. But Enzo and Cass versus the Dudley Boys. So those should be 2 good matches. We'll see what happens. Okay. AJ Styles is about to have an interview with Mauro Ranallo. Mauro asks one question. AJ doesn't even get the answer out. Who comes up in the picture? Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows. So, they have a little reunion hug. Talk about everything. What did they say? Pretty much just said, or they said, oh, thank you, AJ, for putting in the good word for us. Carl Anderson's like, I've been working my whole life for this. I'm here now. There's no turning back. So, Luke Gallows says, we need to find a place to talk about that last night we all had in Roppongi, and he did the little drinking sign, like they were too wasted to remember. So now we got Enzo and Cass coming out, cutting their promo, and they're going against the Dudley Boys. We'll see what happens. Hopefully Enzo and Cass take this. That's my pick. How you doing? Enzo and Cass advance to the finals of the tag team tournaments and will take on either the Usos or the Vaudevillains. We'll find out later in that match. That's going to be awesome. We'll see what happens. Alright guys, so next up we got Roman Reigns coming out to cut some kind of promo, and he even gets booed in London. So we'll see what happens next. Okay, so Roman Reigns comes out and he's cutting that promo that's kind of on the line between heel and babyface. And at the end he pretty much says, you know, all these new era guys, and if they want to step up, they'll get it too. The Roman Empire has arrived and we're here to stay. I don't know who he's saying we, but AJ Styles comes out and interrupts him. Walking to the ring now. We'll see what happens. Alright, AJ comes out and big pop. Oh. AJ comes out, big pop, cuts a little promo with Reigns, tells him he's going to be a phenomenal champion. Then, right when I started talking, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson attack Roman Reigns from behind, hit him with their finisher. I forget what it's called. But AJ's walking up the ramp as this is happening. He doesn't see it at first, and he turns around and kind of has this look on his face like, man, I really wish they didn't do that. But then they get out the ring and they come to him, and I think there was kind of like a high five, or like they grab him and say, yeah, good job, or he didn't say good job, they're saying we got your back or something like that, because they went to commercial really quick right after that. So I think this might be the start of some Bullet Club action. You never know. We'll see. Alright, AJ comes up to Roman in the back. He says, I didn't know that was going to happen. I had nothing to do with that. Roman's like, yeah, right. Last week they attacked my cousins. This week they attacked me. I'm not buying it. You need to start selling a different story or tell the truth. So AJ says, I don't need anybody to beat you for your title. Roman says, just bring him one versus all. So we'll see what happens with that. Now we got Baron Corbin running through people. Who's he going against? Fandango. So I'm pretty sure Baron Corbin gets the win here. That moment at WrestleMania when he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, I was wondering like why they waited so long to put it on in the night. But I guess that was just because of Shaq, which pissed me off. I didn't want to see that anyway. But anyways, I'm glad that Baron Corbin won. Now he's on the main roster and going against Fandango tonight. We'll see what happens. Alright, so we had Dolph Ziggler on commentary. Baron Corbin had his first match against Dolph Ziggler on Raw. And ended in the double count out with him giving the end of days to Ziggler on the outside. Fandango, they were fighting on the outside. Corbin threw Fandango into Ziggler, then gave Ziggler a kick to the ribs. Got him back, got Fandango end of days, 1, 2, 3 in the ring. Then Ziggler was mad, so he attacked Corbin and got the end of days on the outside again. And Corbin walks away tall. So fans it's weird because fans didn't seem to like him in NXT. Like, he got a lot of boos. And it wasn't like just like a heel boo. Like, people really didn't like him. When he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, that was big for him, and people liked it. And I think they're starting to get on Corbin's side here. So you got Maurice and the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, coming to the ring. Someone spilled a coffee in front of The Miz, and Maurice made them take their jacket off and put it on the ground, and so they could walk over, so they didn't have to walk around the coffee. So we'll see what happens next, guys. Alright, so The Miz comes out, has a segment of Miz TV, says that the King and Queen don't have anything on Miz and Maurice, and that something about, they showed the Prince that's a baby. I don't know what the name is, sorry. But they said, well, that baby compares nothing to our baby, and then they held up the Intercontinental Championship. Then they started making out, or whatever. Yeah, making out pretty much. She kissed him on the cheek. He said, how about on the lips? Then he said, how about a little more? Then Cesaro comes out to interrupt. So let's see what you got to say. Okay, so Cesaro comes out, and The Miz proceeds to have the worst promo I've ever. Oh my goodness. He did something where he's talking about, I took this line from the movie Taken, and he's talking about, I don't know who you are, I don't know what you want, but I can tell you I do have a particular set of skills, and if you give up your Intercontinental Championship match, then I won't, it was horrible. Anyway, Cesaro says, since you like movie quotes so much, I got one for you from the great Rowdy Roddy Piper. And he's chewing bubble gum in his mouth, and he goes, I came here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. He spits the gum out, and he says, I'm all out of gum. Okay, and then he goes, he's in the Miz's face. Miz goes, you want to fight? You want to fight right now? Well, we can't, because you're scheduled for a match against this guy. Rusev comes out with his cronies in the League of Nations, and Cesaro says, hold on 1 second, rips off his shirt, and he has a Bootio shirt on under it. Now the New Day is coming out, so I guess they're back up for Cesaro. We'll see what happens. Okay, guys, so it's no longer a tag team match, or it's no longer a singles match, it's an 8-man tag match. The New Day and Cesaro versus the League of Nations and Miz. So we'll see what happens. Alright, Cesaro and the New Day get the... Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Cesaro and New Day get the win. Cesaro gets the pin on Sheamus. Hits him with the Gotch neutralizer. The match was... It was an alright match. It felt a little scattered and all over the place. But the New Day, funny as always. Kofi Kingston just got a big old top hat, a UK top hat from one of the fans in the crowd. So we'll see what happens next. Okay, guys, so I had a backstage segment there with Ric Flair and Charlotte Flair. Showed how Natalya made her tap out last week, but the ref didn't see it because Ric Flair pulled her out got Charlotte disqualified. Now Shane McMahon makes a match for Payback. Charlotte versus Natalya. I like Natalya oh, excuse me. I can't get rid of these hiccups as much as the next person, but I really feel that Sasha Banks should get it. Becky Lynch, I know her eyes all messed up or whatever, but it feels like another placeholder match, because I don't think Natalya will beat Charlotte for the title, but we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so we got a 8-woman tag team match. It is Charlotte, Summer Rae, Tamina, and Naomi versus Becky Lynch, Sasha, Natalya, and Paige. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, so the team of Natalya, Sasha, Becky, and what's the other one? Paige get the win. Natalya makes the champ, Charlotte, tap out. And this time the ref sees it and it's an actual tap out. Gets the win by submission. So we'll see what happens next. Alright guys, next we got the last semifinal match in the tag team tournament. The Vaudevillains versus the Usos. We'll see what happens. Alright, Vaudevillains get the win over the Usos. It was a pretty quick match. They hit the Whirly Dervish. So it's going to be Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains at Payback to see who is the #1 contenders. NXT doing big things. We'll see what happens next. Alright, we got Apollo Crews versus Heath Slater. Apparently, the Social Outcasts have been asking Apollo Crews to join them. He says, if one of you guys can beat me tonight on Raw, then I will join your Social Outcast group. If not, then you leave me alone forever. So we'll see what happens here. Alright, so Apollo Crews gets the win with the spinning sit-out powerbomb. And on his way back to the back, Kevin Owens' music's hit. They have a little stare when Kevin Owens walks by, so maybe that'll turn into something. But you never know. Next up, we got the main event, guys. Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose. Let's go, Owens. Let's do it. Alright, guys. Dean Ambrose gets the win. It was a hell of a match. He gets attacked by Chris Jericho after the match. Hits him with the code breaker. Stands tall at the end. So we'll see what happens. Coming up at SmackDown. I'll see you guys next week for another Monday Night Raw review. And until then, thank you guys for watching.